Prisoners Abroad is a charity dedicated to supporting British people in prisons around the world. Each year we work with around 1,600 people, and a large number of those are imprisoned in Thailand, a place that is notorious for its long sentences and harsh conditions. 3 of our team travelled there to see for ourselves just what British people face in Thai prisons.
Tomorrow we are going to the Immigration Detention Centre in Bangkok, which is where people go when they have overstayed their visas and haven't got the money to return back to the UK. So at the Immigration Detention Centre we're expecting to see about 14 or 15 people. We know there that the conditions there mean that they do require funding in order to supplement the diet provided to them if they're going to maintain levels of health. So we currently provide around about £30 per month plus vitamins, and that will help to keep them healthy. They are destitute, but if they weren't destitute then they wouldn't be there.
So we're at the detention centre now, and this is the entrance to it. Okay, so we're just leaving the IDC, which is just behind us here. We've just got the opportunity to meet some of the British people currently held there.
As we went into the IDC, we were able to see from the wall chart that as of this morning there are currently 1,189 people detained there. There are 12 rooms, so that works out at just under 100 people per room. And there's 2 toilets and 2 showers for each of those rooms. I suppose what impacted greatest to me is to think of that number of people detained there who haven't actually, they're not serving a sentence for an offence that they've committed, simply there because they're waiting to go home and don't have the funds to do that.
Tomorrow we go out into the countryside to a couple of prisons where we're going to be meeting people with life sentences. Most of the people in IDC that we met today are unlikely to be there more than 6 months.
We're going to go to Rayong Central Prison, which is about 90 miles southeast of Bangkok. We've got 3 prisoners there. So the cells are normally around about 10 metres by about 5 metres, and in there would be anything between 20 and 50 people.
So we just spent half an hour with the 3 people we just saw, and to see them for half an hour and to say, cheerio, we're off, good luck. It's really, really hard. They're not going to, it's unlikely they'll ever see the outside of prison again with the sentences they've got.
When we went to Rayong, we were talking about sleeping arrangements, which from what I can see now seem to be fairly standard across the board. People here in Thailand in prison are sleeping on the floor, there's no mattresses, you're lucky if you have a pillow, and if you do have one, it's one you've made yourself. People's feet in your face, if you turn over you're going to wake the next person up. And we're talking about people who are serving 50-year sentences where every single day is the same thing. These are things that really only strike home later on. While you're actually talking to them, it's too difficult to process.
We were guided on our trip by the small team based in Bangkok, who are responsible for staying in contact with every British prisoner in the country. It is they who ensure that our grants reach prisoners so they can buy essentials like food and clean water. We talked to members of the consular team to find out more about the challenges experienced by Britons imprisoned here and the need for the work of prisoners abroad.
Prisoners abroad to us in Thailand, and I would imagine to a lot of the countries worldwide, are our lifesaver.
We work very closely with prisoners abroad. You provide a lot of help, and I know from talking to prisoners you're very much a lifeline of help for people maybe who've got no financial assistance. Prisoners abroad can play a very useful role in a carefully calibrated way to make sure that people have got access to financial assistance if they need it, reading material, medication or whatever it is.
Thailand is one of the most popular holiday destinations in the world, with around 1 million British people visiting each year. Invariably, some of them end up in prison, and find that what was supposed to be a short stay abroad turns into decades inside a prison where every day is a struggle for survival. Some of the people we met will never get to see the outside world again, and it was made very clear that they desperately need our help. The conditions we witnessed were extremely shocking, and many of the prisoners said that the grants and other support provided by prisoners abroad is what's keeping them alive.